Hello, and I'm Rob Smith, Smith in the Black with Strat Time Report, and we've got rally time here. So if we go to the SPY, we're getting closer to not being an inside week, so that's important to know. We're kind of gap and sit here though for right now, but the good thing is what you're seeing here is if you go through all the sectors, pretty much everybody's up. So until we can get anything significant to the downside, it's just kind of gap and sit here because we know we have that inside month. That's the problem. So you're not getting a lot of follow through. If you go to 60 SPY here, you can see we're just kind of sitting there, right? So if we can get out of this range, it'll tell us a lot more because if we start to lose some sectors, in certain stocks, makes things a little more interesting. Because right now most sectors are up. If you go to QQQ. And Q's also now inside on the 60 right now. Pokes up a little bit. Need to get out of this range. Still handling inside week. Doji on the month. And so these dailies are just the nightmare on this stuff. If you go to the Dow Jones Diamonds. Dow Jones Diamonds, a little weaker. Barely. Look at how you can barely see this stuff. But the Dow takes out the week. All right? That's positive. It's directional though. And now you got the slight higher highs off of this. You can see this here. You get the lower lows, and now the higher highs. The question is going to be strong enough to go after this stuff, right? Or do we stall out here like this thing, and then this becomes the top of a broadening formation and dumps back in? But that's yet to be seen because right now, still trying to hold up into here. If we go to small cappers, and 1 second, I'll write this down. Okay, small cappers. We know they took out last week's highs, but big mountain to climb still in here. And like the rest of them, just kind of gap and sit for now. We did have some nice gappers this morning. If you go to DCFC, and this is one thing I want to point out. Gaps up. If you go to a 15-minute, you're going to see this. Here's your gap up. Profit takey. Inside 15. Boom, off it goes, right? You can see another 215er here. How's the 30 looking? 30, there we go, RevStrat 30. Inside 30, pokes down, and then boom, off to the races. But the important part about that 15-minute is that this is a 212 continuation because it was a 2 up, inside, and then back up, right? But because this is red, that tells you had corrective activity on a shorter time frame. That's good. Take some profits, go inside, off to the races. If you go to ENPH, and ENPH had a nice here, 15 here, 2 up, 2 down reversal. That was good. Was the 5-minute. Okay. 5-minute. So some people will be a lot faster, and you can see this here. As soon as it opened, goes up, that's a 2 up, and that's a 2-2 reversal, boom. And that's a nice 10-bucker mover plus. If we go to pandemics that I talked about last night in the Strat Attack, the airline's still going. United, and once again, we're looking for these things that are 2 up on the week, still going, right? And you got, so when you see one airline, you just go down the line, American Airlines. You go to Delta. You go Delta taking out last month's highs. You go to Southwest Air. And Southwest Air also taking that out and now going inside month to the upside in the pandemics. We had Wynn Resorts coming up a little bit, but then backing off. Wynn Resorts still inside week to the upside and going after that month. Now just kind of stalling out with a lot of things here. Watching these broader averages chop around here, stalk. If we go to ALGN, and ALGN taking out last week's high, still going to be an inside month, but you'll notice how when the broader averages stalled out, this didn't. Keeps going. That's something I want to know about. All right, keep going. If you go to gold, talk about gold. In gold, one of these things to talk about in Strat Attack was this. Why we do the Strat Attack on a Tuesday. They came in to buy gold on Monday and they came back on Tuesday. That's something I want to know about, all right? Because then they came back again on an outside week, inside week to the upside. That's good. Then here's your 60-minute inside, all right? After this outside, well, that's equal tick. But Momo Hammer, right in here, you take it as soon as it takes that out because you're 3, 1, 2 on your week. If we go to DOCS, DOCS, and DOCS was a quick gap and run, so that's a little tough. But so what you can do is this. There's another Momo Hammer. Inside hammer, right? Boom. That means anybody got stuck in here, that steamrolled with more buyers coming up into here, right? You can also do this. It's called a continuity entry, all right? So when something gaps up and then comes in a little bit, but then goes back green, you can buy it as soon as it goes back green, right? Because you're full throttle to the upside, right? All time frames are green. And you have a 2-2 reversal on the monthly in this case. That's good. 2 down and 2 up. Not everybody can say that. If we go to NVIDIA, and NVIDIA taking out last week's high, still inside in the month, but that tells us that we want to look at SMH. And SMH tried to come in the morning and then spiked right back up, right? Going after last week's highs, that's good. And LRCX here, still inside week, but getting closer. But you can see here on the daily, 2 down by taking out the lows and then back to previous range. That's good because anybody short is going to be short against a bunch of stuff in here, right? If we go to microchip, also joining the party, so you just go down the line in here, and that's still an inside week. How's AMD doing? And AMD going 2-2 directional on the week. That's good. That's what we want to see. So we're not getting caught in inside weeks. If we go to Corvo in the semis, still going. Corvo still inside week though, so you just be aware of that. Still handling inside month, but it is taking out those things, just kind of stalling out like the market. If we go to SQ, there goes NVIDIA to the highs right now. And SQ, slight tick down on here, but now you're back into an old outside bar week. That's a broadening formation. You're going to see that here. The higher high and your slight lower low. The inside bar, the poke down, rev strat, 1, 2, 2. Took these guys out. That was its job, but we'll see if it's strong enough to come up through here. Right now, trying to go inside and up off the 15er. See that? Let's go to 60. Still inside in the 60 with the Qs. If we go to FLT, and FLT now inside in the 60, but you can see this. We've been watching this big monthly broadening formation to see if it can continue through that, come all the way back through this thing. So you got that corrective activity on the week, the 2 down, the 2 up, and now still trying to go here on a gap. If we go to lift, and lift here off the earnings, nice little push here, a little choppy here on the opening, but if you go to a 30, you'll see this here, the 2 down, the 2 up, right? That's how you got, there's your reversal, and if you got that, you get your continuation here, inside on the 30. And you did have somewhat of a Momo hammer here, but you got to be really aware when these Momo hammers kick in that they got to keep going, because what you're doing is you're jamming shorts combined with buyers. Starts to come in at all, it's over. So you'd cut that as soon as that thing starts to quit, but then you got your inside 30 right there. If we go to, couldn't help myself, Ding Dong Cayman, DDL. There was a 2-2 reversal on the week. Nice percentage gains on this thing. We'll see if this sets up again here right now. Looks like poke down on the 30 a little bit. Maybe you get yourself an inside 60. If we go to UPST, Q's going to highs. All right, Q's waking up a little bit here. UPST just having a nice little day. And here's this 2. This was technically a 2 up because it took out the highs, then 2 down, and boom, reversal. So you still got some room to take the week and the month on that, so just be aware of that. If you go to Palo Alto, and Palo Alto the continuation, the 2 up, the 2 down, and boom, off she goes. That's also taking out last week's highs. Still an inside month, but full time frame counting to the upside, and you can see that nice little inside 30 right there to get in on it. If we go to CCJ, NVIDIA is still going right to the highs right now. Okay, CCJ, once again, 2 up, 2 down, gap and go. We'll see if that thing sets up again for us because you got this taken care of. You also have this broadening formation here because you had an outside month, 3, and that's this. You see this higher highs and lower lows, and now trying to travel back through that. How's that 60 looking? Trying to go inside and up off the 60 right now for the next hour over 22.54. So it's just kind of sitting right there. If we go to Chewy, and Chewy with the Rev Strat day. All right, so this is a setup you definitely want to know about. The inside bar, the attempt to break it, and then the rejection, because this is a consolidation. This is the attempt to break it, and then this is the failure going back the other way. Right, trying to go inside on the 60 now because you had Parker Hannifin. Same setup. Inside day, the poke down, hammer counter shooter 1, 2, 2, and off she goes there. It's also in Aeon today. Here, inside bar, poke down, boom, Rev Strat. Still trying to work that week, we'll see. CME group. And CME now coming in after that 60 shooter, but it's the same setup. Inside bar, poke down, boom. And CME is above last month's highs. You're just an exhaustion risk because you're going into higher highs, so you don't have any more pivots to take out, but I just want to make sure you look at that. One of the things we're looking at, too, is talking about Facebook and people trying to bottom pick this thing and getting pounded. All you have to do is wait for the reversal, right? Is this a reversal on the daily? It is. 2 down, 2 up, right? And get some distance on that week, but you just have to wait for the setup. There it is, over 225.77. And that's how you do that. You don't just buy into this thing. You wait for the reversal. Also, PayPal. PayPal just kind of sitting there, but you have an outside day, the poke down, and then the back up if you can get over and stay over 123.32. Sitting right there. If we go to VMW, and let me see, Trump stock coming down here. And VMW, you know, we like this because of last month when everything was getting crushed. It was a 2-2 reversal back to the upside. So that's already had our attention, and it just keeps steamrolling higher here on this. If we go to THC, and THC just stalling out on your 60, but there's your big outside week. This is also a Rev Strat 1 bar. Instead of the 1, 2, 2, is your inside week, your poke down, boom, you're changing continuity, 1, 3. It's still reversing the attempt to break the inside equilibrium on the 1, and potential outside on the month. If we go to, well, the guys aren't playing. Amazon just kind of sitting there doing nothing. Netflix also just sitting there doing nothing. So we got some of these big boys just kind of not pulling their weight, but not getting killed either. So, and you got Google reversed on the hammer, then just kind of sits here. So we'll see how the afternoon goes. If we go to CVS. CVS just having some issues here. Now trying to firm up a little bit with this market. LOPE. NVIDIA still going. PayPal to the highs right now as I speak. And LOPE is just a 2 up, 2 down day. We're not seeing a lot of that, but because all the sectors are up, right? So that's tough to reverse. If we don't start losing some sectors, this market's going higher, and that's what Qs are telling you right now. Here. Inside and up on the 60-minute on QQQ, right? How's SMH? SMH was too strong to be inside on the 60, so off it goes. If we go to just a couple more here, CDW having some issues. Like I said, the market pretty strong here, but CDW gives us the outside day. So once you start going red and you come back through this thing, we're looking to take that low out, which we did, right? Off the inside 60. Outside, inside, 3, 1, 2, gives you the outside day. AVYA, another puker. Now trying to firm up, but they wailed on this thing inside weak and down, one of the few, the proud, and it looks like they're just hitting Trump stock here a little bit. Let's take a look. Stuck in here, and that's not doing much. Could be an outside day, but like I said, all sectors are up. Unless you can change that, this is just a holding pattern until we go higher. All right, it's going to do it for today. I'm Rob Smith, Smith & Black. Strat Time Report.